For years, dominance of the skies belonged to a single aircraft, the F-22 Raptor. It was fast, silent, and virtually invisible. But time spares no one, and while the world admired its power, new threats began to emerge. China developed its J-20, Russia its Su-57, both promising to challenge U.S. air control. However, what no one knew was that, in secret, a successor was being forged. A project designed not only to maintain the edge, but to make all other fighters seem like relics of the past. Its codename, F-22X Raptor. The F-22X is not a mere upgrade, it's a generational leap. It's the fusion of the most advanced aircraft of its time with technologies of the next decade. According to open Pentagon sources, this new model combines smart materials, tactical artificial intelligence, and a propulsion system capable of adapting its operation to the situation. Everything is designed for a single goal, to be impossible to detect and lethal in any scenario. To understand its power, one must grasp what makes it different. Its structure isn't made of conventional metal but of metamaterials, a blend of compounds that manipulate radar waves, redirecting them in opposite directions. When an enemy radar tries to locate it, those waves don't bounce back. They simply vanish. In practice, it's as if the aircraft doesn't exist. Add to this its shape. Every angle, every curve of the fuselage is designed to scatter electromagnetic signals and eliminate reflections. Its surface isn't smooth by chance, but by mathematical precision. Beyond being invisible, the F-22X is intelligent. Inside, a system called Raptor Mind acts as a digital co-pilot. This artificial intelligence analyzes real-time environmental data, radars, satellites, enemy missiles, and weather conditions. If it detects a threat, it can suggest evasive maneuvers or even execute them autonomously in milliseconds. It's a digital mind working alongside the human pilot, anticipating enemy moves before they happen. Its engines are another story. The F-22X uses what's known as adaptive propulsion, a technology that adjusts airflow and fuel consumption based on the flight phase. This drastically reduces the heat it emits, a key factor in avoiding detection by infrared sensors. In simple terms, the aircraft cools itself to stay hidden even at full power, without sacrificing speed or range. As for its acoustic design, engineers have made its sound signature nearly imperceptible. At high altitude, the F-22X can pass over territory without anyone hearing or seeing it, operating in complete silence. Every detail, from the shape of the nozzles to the type of paint, was designed to minimize any trace of presence. This didn't come out of nowhere. Behind the F-22X lies decades of accumulated experience and the need to reclaim an advantage that was beginning to slip. The United States realized that the air war of the future isn't one solely with speed or firepower, but with information and stealth. That's why the Raptor X is not just an aircraft, but a connected system. It can share data with satellites, drones, and other fighters in real time, creating an air intelligence network capable of coordinating attacks and defenses simultaneously. The result is an aircraft that doesn't just fly, it thinks. A digital hunter that can enter enemy territory, eliminate a target, and vanish before radars realize what happened. More than a weapon, the F-22X is a warning. While the rest of the world tries to match U.S. air power, this country is already designing the next level. Design, avionics, and advanced engineering of the F-22X Raptor. The F-22X's design doesn't just aim for aerodynamic perfection. It's built around a single principle. The aircraft must disappear when the enemy searches for it and appear only when it chooses to strike. Every line of the fuselage serves that idea. The air intakes are diamond-shaped to scatter radar waves, the exhaust nozzles have serrated edges to diffuse heat, and the paint, far from mere camouflage, contains microcomponents that absorb electromagnetic radiation. The entire aircraft functions as a single stealth surface. But the most revolutionary aspect of the Raptor X lies within. Its brain, the Raptor Mind System, doesn't just assist the pilot, it's a learning intelligence network. It analyzes enemy behavior patterns, simulates combats before they happen, and can even adapt its tactics based on the opponent. In practice, it's as if the aircraft gets better at fighting with every takeoff. The pilot's helmet integrates an augmented reality interface. Instead of looking at screens, the pilot sees the battlefield directly on the visor, with real-time projected information. distances, threats, targets, and trajectories. The AI interprets all this data and filters what truly matters, allowing the pilot to focus solely on deciding when to act. The rest, the aircraft handles on its own. Unlike the original F-22, the new model is fully connected to its environment. It can link with autonomous combat drones that act as escorts, exchanging data in milliseconds. If a drone detects a missile or enemy radar, the Raptor X knows before the pilot has time to ask. This connectivity, known as networked warfare, is the foundation of modern aviation. It's not one aircraft against another, but intelligent systems vying for information and air control. As for its avionics, the electronic systems controlling flight, sensors, and communication, the F-22X has been completely redesigned. Its sensors don't just detect signals, they interpret, classify, and prioritize them. It can identify whether an enemy radar is active, what type it is, its frequency, and where it's emitting from. Most impressively, it can send false signals to confuse it, making the enemy believe there are multiple aircraft when there's only one. This technology, called active electronic warfare, turns the F-22X into a digital ghost. It doesn't hide passively, it attacks the enemy's system before being detected. That's why engineers say this aircraft doesn't defend itself. It controls the enemy's perception. In air combat, that's like blindfolding your opponent. The internal systems are distributed in independent modules, a concept called open architecture. This means each component can be upgraded without redesigning the entire aircraft. If a new technology or sensor emerges, it can be integrated quickly. This is a key advantage over older fighters, where every upgrade required a full system overhaul. Thus, the F-22X is built to evolve for decades without losing relevance. Its structure is also optimized for maintenance. One major criticism of the original F-22 was its complexity. It required many hours of work per flight hour. The Raptor X solves this with modular panels that can be easily replaced and materials that self-repair at a microscopic level. Yes, they self-repair. Its composites include micro-capsules that, when broken, release resins that seal small cracks or impacts. It's like having skin that heals itself. All this makes the F-22X not just a fighter, but a living, flexible, adaptable system. And here's the key point: its relationship with the pilot. Instead of relying entirely on the human, the aircraft acts as an extension of their senses. It interprets commands, anticipates decisions, and maintains constant communication with the rest of the squadron. It's the concept of human-machine fusion, something that until recently belonged to science fiction. While rivals try to catch up to the original F-22's technology, the United States is already moving to the next frontier. The F-22X redefines what it means to dominate the skies, not with force, but with intelligence, invisibility, and absolute control of information. And the best part is that what's known about the Raptor X today is only a fraction of what it can truly do. If you're amazed by what this aircraft can achieve, wait until you see what's next. Its costs, armament, and role in global strategy reveal just how far the United States is willing to go to maintain its supremacy. Cost, maintenance, and efficiency of the F-22X Raptor. When talking about an aircraft like the F-22X, the first question is always the same: how much does it cost to create something like this? The answer is unsurprising: a fortune. According to Pentagon estimates and open defense sources, each Raptor X unit could exceed $350 million, nearly double the cost of the original F-22 in its time. But behind that figure lies a key difference. This aircraft isn't built to be cheap, it's built to last. The idea isn't to produce hundreds of units, but to create a small, elite fleet designed to dominate any airspace for decades. Each aircraft is a strategic investment, a node in a network ensuring U.S. technological superiority over any rival. Its cost reflects its purpose: not a mass-produced military product, but a masterpiece of air control. Maintenance is another area where the F-22X marks a complete shift from its predecessors. The original F-22 was notoriously expensive to maintain, requiring over 30 hours of groundwork per flight hour, making it efficient in combat but challenging to operate in large numbers. The new model solves this with a concept called predictive maintenance. Instead of fixing issues after they occur, the aircraft detects wear before it happens. Sensors distributed throughout the fuselage monitor vibrations, temperature, and pressure in real time, If something deviates from normal parameters, the system logs it and alerts technicians before a failure occurs. This not only saves time and money, but ensures every F-22X is always ready to take off. In a conflict, that availability can mean the difference between success and defeat. Additionally, the Raptor X was designed with interchangeable modules. Every part of the aircraft, from external panels to electronic components, can be removed and replaced in minutes, without complex tools or large maintenance crews. It's an aircraft built not just to fly, but to operate relentlessly. Another critical advancement lies in its self-repairing materials. At first glance, it seems minor, but it's a quiet revolution. Engineers developed composites with internal microcapsules containing sealing resins. When the material suffers a minor impact or micro crack, these capsules break, releasing resin that solidifies the damage almost instantly. It's literally an aircraft that heals itself. This technology drastically reduces hangar time and extends the fuselage's lifespan, crucial when every flight hour costs millions. But the F-22X's greatest savings aren't measured in money, but in tactical efficiency. Its adaptive engines allow it to cover greater distances with less fuel, switching power modes based on the mission. In an infiltration operation, it can fly in silent mode, reducing its thermal signature and consumption. For maximum acceleration, it switches to full thrust mode. This flexibility means a single F-22X can perform missions that previously required multiple different fighters. In other words, one aircraft can do the work of three. And though its individual cost is enormous, its strategic efficiency compensates. A small Raptor X squadron can control the same airspace that once required dozens of traditional fighters. By reducing the number of flights needed, operational costs also drop. The United States isn't seeking quantity but extreme quality, and the F-22X is its most ambitious bet. The impact of this strategy is profound. In modern conflicts, response speed and technical autonomy are as critical as firepower. An aircraft that can repair, update, and adapt itself ensures a long-term advantage. That's why engineers call the Raptor X an evolutionary platform, not a finished product. Over the years, each unit can receive software upgrades, new sensors, or more advanced weapons, without needing to build new aircraft. It's a design that doesn't age, it updates. Moreover, predictive maintenance is directly linked to the Pentagon's intelligence systems. Each F-22X sends data on its performance, wear, and behavior, creating a database that anticipates common failures and improves future models. It's constant learning, a fleet that grows more efficient over time. In summary, what makes the F-22X so special isn't just its power, but its operational sustainability. It's the first fighter designed with the future of warfare in mind. Long, technological, silent, and information-dominated. In a world where every nation seeks to increase its number of fighters, the United States chooses the opposite path. Fewer units, each capable of controlling the sky alone. The F-22X isn't a present-day investment. It's a guarantee of the future. A machine that redefines the balance between cost, performance, and survivability. While other fighters are born to compete, this one was born to dominate. If the F-22X's design is its brain, its armament is its fist. But what's fascinating is that this aircraft doesn't need to flaunt strength to be lethal. Its true advantage lies not in the number of missiles it carries, but in how it uses them. Its entire combat system is built on a simple yet devastating idea: shoot before being detected and hit without being seen. The F-22X can carry up to 8 air-to-air missiles in its internal bay, standard for fifth-generation fighters, but with a key difference. Its missiles are lighter, smarter, and longer-ranged. These are the AIM-260 JATM next-generation missiles developed specifically for long-range engagements. They don't rely on traditional radars, but on a combination of infrared sensors and AI guidance. In simple terms, they can think and adjust their trajectory to track a target that changes direction or altitude. Each missile is directly linked to the Raptor Mind system, meaning they're not mere projectiles but extensions of the aircraft itself. Once launched, they continue receiving real-time data from the fighter, correcting their course even after firing. This gives them near absolute precision. In leaked tests, their hit rate in simulated combat conditions exceeded 90%. In air combat, that's nearly infallible. Yet the most impressive aspect isn't what's launched, but what remains unseen. The F-22X can control accompanying mini-drones called loyal wingmen. These autonomous drones fly alongside the main fighter, acting as its eyes, shields, or extra weapons. They can scout dangerous areas, transmit real-time data, or even execute coordinated attacks under the Raptor X's control. Tactically, this means the enemy never knows which is the real aircraft and which are decoys. This networked combat changes the rules entirely. Before, a fighter operated individually. Now the F-22X operates as an intelligent swarm. Every drone, missile, and sensor acts as part of a single digital mind. If an enemy radar detects a signal, the system automatically decides which aircraft responds, which attacks, and which stays invisible. The human pilot oversees, but the AI executes tactical decisions at speeds no human could match. The Raptor X's key isn't raw power, but information management. A modern air battle isn't won by the one with the most missiles, but by the one who sees first, shoots first, and vanishes afterward. In that sense, the F-22X isn't a hunter seeking prey. It's a shadow that's already found it before the prey looks up. Its air-to-ground armament also marks a qualitative leap. The F-22X can carry SDB-2, Small Diameter Bomb 2, precision bombs, designed to destroy strategic targets with an error margin of less than 2 meters. Thanks to their multi-guidance system combining radar, infrared, and laser, these bombs can identify a tank or command center and adjust automatically if the target moves. Every strike is surgical, calculated, and nearly unavoidable. For covert operations, the aircraft uses internal compartments, meaning no visible weapons hang under the wings, reducing its radar signature. When it needs to fire, the bay doors open in less than a tenth of a second, release the missile, and close immediately. Technically, this process demands pinpoint precision. The system calculates turbulence, airspeed, and the target's exact position before opening the bay. The result is that the Raptor X can strike without revealing its position for even a moment. The F-22X's firepower is balanced with its tactical efficiency philosophy. Every shot counts. In long-range missions, the aircraft doesn't aim to destroy everything in sight, but to neutralize critical targets: radars, command centers, anti-air systems. By eliminating the enemy's ability to see, hear, or coordinate, the rest of the battle becomes irrelevant. It's an invisible war where missiles are launched, but enemies never understand where they came from. Another fascinating aspect is its capability for close-range combat, known as a dogfight. Though optimized for long range, the F-22X's agility remains impressive. Its new adaptive engines, combined with three-dimensional thrust vectoring nozzles, enable maneuvers impossible for other fighters. It can turn sharply, brake mid-flight, or reverse direction in seconds, all without losing control. In a close encounter, this reactivity gives it a decisive edge. Yet, engineers insist the F-22X wasn't built for close-range duels. It was built to ensure those duels never happen. Its combat philosophy is simple: see without being seen, strike without being tracked, and vanish without a trace. That's why its true power lies not in its arsenal, but in its control of the environment. The combination of AI, sensors, and weaponry allows the Raptor X to execute what pilots call ghost strikes. The aircraft launches a missile from over 150 kilometers away, and by the time the enemy gets an alert, it's too late. They don't even know where the shot came from. In simulations, this capability has shown the F-22X can eliminate multiple targets without direct contact or exposure to enemy fire. But its impact goes beyond individual combat. In a real military operation, a single F-22X squadron can shift the strategic balance of an entire region. These aircraft don't just dominate the air, they disable defenses, open safe corridors for bombers, and completely blind enemy radars. They're the first step in any modern offensive. In a way, the Raptor X doesn't fight for the sky, it manages it. Military analysts describe it as a force multiplier. Its presence makes the entire military more effective. If the F-22X leads a mission, Allied aircraft can operate with greater freedom and less risk because the enemy simply doesn't see them coming. It's a silent but absolute dominance. Symbolically, the Raptor X represents something greater: the shift from human warfare to intelligent warfare. Where success once depended on the pilot, it now hinges on human-machine integration. And though AI makes decisions, final control remains human. The pilot remains essential. Their role has just changed. They're no longer the executor, but the overseer of an intelligence network operating at speeds the human brain can't match. This balance between autonomy and control is key. The United States isn't replacing the pilot, it's enhancing them. The F-22X is designed to keep the human at the center, surrounded by the most advanced combat technology ever created. In the future, the pilot won't just be a combatant, they'll be the conductor of an invisible orchestra of drones, missiles, and algorithms. In simple terms, the F-22X turns air warfare into a chess game where every move is anticipated before the enemy even imagines it. It doesn't win by force, but by intelligence. And on that new board, the sky is once again U.S. territory.